Hey there, food lovers. Food festivals are common around the country and the world. They are fun celebrations of food and cooking and draw huge crowds to enjoy the festivities. One such event is the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival, held annually in Miami, Florida. It's a fantastic event and well worth attending if you are ever in the area or happen to live there. Today's recipe comes from the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival Cookbook. I am making Chef Michael Nischan's dressing room meatloaf. This one promises to be comfort food at its finest. I'll leave a link in the description below. We'll make the meatloaf recipe and include a side of mashed potatoes and gravy, which are not part of the original recipe. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. For the meatloaf, we need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 parsnips, 2 carrots, 1/3 cup of diced onion, 2 cups of fresh breadcrumbs, 1 cup of whole milk, 2 large eggs, beaten, 1/3 cup of ketchup, and 3 pounds of ground beef. For the mashed potatoes, 4 Idaho potatoes, or russet potatoes, 2 tablespoons of butter, a half cup of whole milk. For the gravy, 4 tablespoons of butter, 4 tablespoons of flour, and 2 cups of beef stock. Now I've already peeled and diced the parsnips and carrots to keep this video from running too long. I'll heat the oven to 375 degrees. Using a skillet pan, heat the olive oil over medium-high heat. Add in the parsnips and carrots. I'm substituting dry onions for fresh onions due to food allergies. Season with a little salt and pepper. Saute for 6 to 8 minutes or until softened. When finished, set the root vegetables aside to cool. In a large bowl, mix the breadcrumbs, milk, eggs, ketchup, 1 tablespoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Mix them together, then add in the ground beef and the cooked vegetables. You can use a wooden spoon to incorporate all the ingredients or your hands. Make sure you mix thoroughly. Transfer the meatloaf mixture to a loaf pan. Place it in the oven and bake for about 90 minutes or until an instant read thermometer registers 145 degrees. While the meatloaf bakes, let's explore the popularity of the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival. This lavish 4-day event started as anything but. Its inaugural event in 1997 was called the Florida Extravaganza, which offered wines from around the world paired with local cuisine from Miami restaurants. The event had local chefs working with culinary students from Florida International University. To this date, FIU is still a major part of the festival, with net proceeds going to the FIU Chaplain School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. It wasn't until 2002 that it was relocated to South Beach and renamed to what we know it as today, under the vision of Lee Brian Schrager. It was expanded from one day to cover a weekend and brought in about 7,000 people. Today's festivals are 4-day experiences with wine and food tastings, seminars, live music, celebrity events, and late-night after-parties. It's been nicknamed the spring break for the chefs, and there's even an event for the doggos. If food festivals are your thing, then the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival is certainly one to check out. As the meatloaf continues to bake, let's get started on the mashed potatoes. Peel and dice them into similar sized chunks. Place them in a pot and add water until just covered. Add a dash of salt and pepper and bring to a boil. You'll know the potatoes are ready when you can pierce them with a knife and the knife comes away easily. Drain and put the potatoes back into the pot. Do not rinse them, as the cold water will literally disintegrate the potatoes. Add in the butter, milk, a dash of salt and pepper. You can mix with a potato masher, or if you want, use a KitchenAid stand mixer or a handheld electric mixer. When the potatoes are smooth and creamy, give them a taste and adjust the seasonings if needed. Let's check the meatloaf. With the thermometer registering 145 degrees, I'll pull it from the oven and set it aside while I make the gravy. In a saucepan over medium heat, melt the butter. When melted, add the flour and cook for about 3 to 5 minutes until you see the roux change to a light brown color. Slowly add in the beef stock and stir using a whisk until the gravy thickens. When it reaches the consistency you want, pull it from the heat and adjust the seasonings with some salt and pepper, if needed. Alright, let's finish this meal. Take a spoonful of the mashed potatoes and put it on a plate. Place a piece or two of the meatloaf next to the mashed potatoes. Ladle over some gravy. If you want, garnish it with some fresh parsley or sprinkle on some sliced green onions. It was fun making Chef Michael Nischan's dressing root meatloaf, and I can't wait to dig in. This dish screams classic American comfort food, and in our house, it never goes out of style. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more recipes from popular food festivals, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel. I want to hear about your favorite meatloaf recipes in the comments section below. Until next time, keep cooking.